Imagine this. As the most anticipated rookie in WNBA history, you are Caitlin Clark. To begin your professional career, you have a losing record. It's crushing pressure. Then, out of nowhere, LeBron James offers some guidance that completely alters the situation. How did he say it, and why does Caitlin's future depend so much on it? Now, let's discuss Caitlin Clark's difficult WNBA debut. This rookie season is unlike any other. It's a trial by fire. The first half of the season has seen the Indiana Fever, Clark's new squad, post a losing record. Can you picture the strain? It's similar to walking onto a lava-floored court where everyone is waiting to see if you burn. The problem is that this goes beyond wins and defeats. It has to do with how closely Clark is watched. Every action, every shot, every choice is being examined closely. Furthermore, what do you know? It reminds me a lot of what LeBron James experienced when he first joined the NBA 20 years ago. Do you recall when LeBron made his court debut as a rookie? The standards were really high. Even before he even played a professional game, he was being referred to as the chosen one by many. Clark is under the same kind of strain right now. She's not just expected to perform well, the league as a whole is supposed to change. This is the difficult part though. Everyone is chatting about something LeBron said. Rookies frequently encounter vitriol from their peers, he noted. Yes, you did indeed hear that. Vitriol. It goes beyond simply taking on challenging opponents on the court. It has to do with handling hostility from teammates and other league players. Consider it. Suddenly you find yourself in a situation where some of your friends may not be too happy about all the attention you're receiving, even though you're the new kid on the block and everyone is hyping you up. It's similar to entering a party where 50% of the attendees are glaring at you. LeBron is all too familiar with this sensation. He talked about how he had experienced the same hostility upon joining the league. It is comparable to a professional sports rite of passage. Even LeBron's first NBA coach, Paul Silas, acknowledged that not all of his players were happy with the amount of attention he was receiving. Caitlin Clark, who manages the challenges of being both a rookie and a growing celebrity, can probably relate to this position. Not only are you fighting for victories, but also for respect and your standing in the league. You may be asking yourself, how does Clark handle all this pressure? At this point, I can assure you that she is not going to back down. Clark took the mic following their 4th consecutive defeat and said something that demonstrated her champion's heart. She said, "You gotta keep your head up, but you also have to get a fire within you that is upset and not okay with losing 4 straight to open the year. That is the type of spirit that distinguishes the great from the good." Clark is not content to concede a loss. She is not apologizing. She is taking on the task by acknowledging it. It seems as though she's asking, "Is that all you've got?" in reference to this losing run. But for a moment, let's be honest. This goes beyond Clark's standalone performance. It has to do with the burden of expectations she bears. Not only do people expect her to play well, but they also expect her to improve the WNBA as a whole. That's a lot to ask of anyone, much less a rookie straight out of college. You know what makes it even more difficult? The many allusions to her time in college. At Iowa, Clark was a phenomenon, shattering records left and right. She must now establish herself once more in a league that is tougher, faster, and more cutthroat than any she has ever encountered. It's similar to unexpectedly finding yourself in the ocean after years of being the largest fish in a tiny pond. There are a lot more sharks around, and everything is becoming larger and faster. Clark, though, is rising to the challenge. She's jumping right in. Now, what does the king have to say to the newest star in the WNBA? LeBron James, though, isn't just offering counsel. He's also dishing out nuggets of wisdom that have the power to drastically alter Caitlin Clark's situation. And LeBron encourages Clark to put your blinders on. You may be asking yourself, what's he talking about? Is this related to horse racing in any way? No, it goes well beyond that. Clark is being told by LeBron to tune out the noise and concentrate on what really matters. And let's face it, this is a noisy moment. Consider it. Clark is getting flack from everywhere. The media is following her every step closely. Her fans anticipate that she will become a superstar immediately away. And a few of her contemporaries? They're not exactly laying out a welcome mat, though. However, LeBron is saying, ignore all of that, concentrate on your match. It seems as though LeBron is offering Clark invisible headphones so she can tune out the noise and focus solely on her skill. If you were unable to hear the crowd or the commentators, can you imagine how much simpler it would be to sink those 3-pointers? That's the exact type of laser focus that LeBron is referring to. But there's still more. LeBron's second guidance item: keep your mouth shut and learn from veteran players. You may be thinking, whoa, that sounds harsh at this point. The truth is, LeBron isn't telling Clark to be a coward. He is advising her to be astute. You see, LeBron has experience coming into the league as a highly anticipated rookie. He has earned the t-shirt along with other championship rings by having been there, done that. He is therefore speaking from experience when he advises Clark to take advice from the veterans. He seems to be saying, see, you're doing well, excellent. However, these players that you face, this is what they've been doing for years. They know tricks you haven't even considered, so keep an eye out, pay attention, study. It's not about being silent because you don't measure up. It's all about remaining silent so that, like a sponge, you can absorb all that information. This is where LeBron's counsel becomes quite intriguing. He's not only giving Clark instructions, he's also demonstrating the process. LeBron on the value of being organized and honing your craft. He states, go to work, show up to work, punch your clock in, prepare yourself, work on your game, work on your craft. It may be dawning on you now. Duh, of course you need to practice. LeBron, though, is talking about more than just working out at the gym. He is discussing a state of mind. It's all about treating basketball like a profession, which it is, you know, but not just any old job. It's about approaching it as if it were the most significant job there is. In a sense, LeBron is providing Clark with a roadmap to success. To concentrate, put on the blinders, speak little, and take advice from the veterans. After that, work non-stop as if your career depended on it, which it does. He seems to have given Clark the keys to the kingdom and instructed him on how to rise to the status of royalty within the league. The best part is that LeBron isn't merely offering guidance, he has a stake in it. I'm pulling for Caitlyn, he declares. Is that really true? Personally supporting this WNBA rookie is the man known as the King of the NBA, who has dominated the league for 20 years. That's a coronation, not just support. You might be thinking that we have finished discussing Caitlin Clark and LeBron's counsel at this point. Hold on though, for there's more to come in this tale. Recall my statement that LeBron's remarks have the power to alter everything? Yes, I did mean it. LeBron didn't merely impart some knowledge to Clark. His statement has caused a stir among the basketball community. Are you prepared to do this? He stated, Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things are going to happen for the WNBA. Give that a moment to settle in. We're not limited to discussing the career of a single player here. We are discussing the future of a league as a whole, and according to LeBron James, possibly the best player of his generation, Caitlin Clark holds the secret to everything. Is it really true? But this is when it all becomes very thrilling. LeBron is not merely discussing nebulous upgrades in the future. He is making reference to actual ongoing changes. And here's the kicker. It all begins with a plane. Yes, you did hear me correctly. An aircraft. Not just any plane, though. We are discussing the first ever charter flight for the Indiana Fever in franchise history. You may be asking yourself, so what? NBA teams frequently travel aboard privately owned aircraft. You would also be correct, but this is significant for WNBA teams. Notice that the majority of WNBA teams must fly commercial. This entails handling all the difficulties that ordinary travelers encounter, like as delays, crammed seats, and missed connections. Not exactly the best situation for a professional athlete looking to maintain peak performance. However, that's now changing because of Caitlin Clark. LeBron attributed Clark's impact to this accomplishment personally. According to him, Clark's arrival in the league has already opened doors and produced opportunities that did not exist previously. It appears as though she is altering the league's operating regulations in addition to just participating in the game. However, it doesn't end there. Clark's influence extends far beyond the way teams move. Her presence is like a spotlight, bringing the WNBA to a wider audience than it has ever had. Consider it. How often have you overheard conversations at the water cooler concerning WNBA games? Presumably not all that frequently. That is, however, evolving. Because of Clark's incredible collegiate career, women's basketball has gained a whole new fan base, and those supporters are now following her in the WNBA. She seems to be bringing a whole procession of new spectators to the league, like to a basketball Pied Piper. You are aware of what more viewers imply, don't you? Greater focus, greater curiosity, eventually additional resources as well. We are discussing possible increases in sponsorships and TV partnerships, among other things, all due to a single player player upending the status quo. This is the truly thrilling part though. It's not just Caitlin Clark in this. It has to do with what she stands for. She is demonstrating that women's basketball is capable of being just as thrilling, talented, and attention-grabbing as men's basketball. And for each and every player in the league, that's opening doors. Consider it. What might occur if additional athletes had the same chance to demonstrate their abilities as Clark did, given his ability to garner this much attention and affect this much change? Perhaps a completely new era in women's basketball is upon us. LeBron notices it. For this reason, he is encouraging Clark rather than merely offering advice. He is aware that the league as a whole might benefit from her success. He seems to be witnessing the beginning of a basketball revolution and wants to ensure that everyone else does as well. Thus, when we discuss Caitlin Clark, we're not merely discussing a rookie who is experiencing difficulties. We are discussing a player that has the ability to change a whole sport. She's altering the game, not simply playing it. That's the reason LeBron's remarks are so crucial. He's not merely counseling a rookie player, he's recognizing the beginning of something significant. All eyes will be on Caitlin Clark as we anticipate the second half of the WNBA season and beyond. Will she still step up to the plate? Will she silence her critics and gain the respect of her peers? One thing is certain, Caitlin Clark is a player to watch, and her journey is only getting started. Only time will tell. Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Will Caitlin Clark achieve what LeBron James and others think she is capable of? In order to stay up to date on everything from women's basketball to other topics, don't forget to like and subscribe. Until the next video, see ya!